I just wanted to show you that I think I have gremlins living in here. Look at this place. I just cleaned it up like a couple of weeks ago. And look, just stuff everywhere. I think they come in at night and make a mess. And then leave it for me to clean up. Yeah, gremlins. Hello YouTube land, it's Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. It is Friday, March 17th. Pardon the appearance, I've been playing nursemaid. So I've had a real rough month. Just one thing piling on, you know, just one thing after another. Last week I was ill, and I think I mentioned before, my mom is visiting, so she took care of me last week. This week she is ill, and so is my hubby. So I'm kind of running. You know, see, what do you need? What do you need? You know, like, it's just some sort of stomach issues going on, and my mom's got a cough too. So I told her if this continues for more than 2 weeks, then we're gonna have to take her to the hospital. She obviously doesn't have a doctor here in this province. So anyway, that's why I look like this. I'm tired. But I figured to get on here and just you know, catch up with you all. I think you saw the little clip. I think you're in my messy craft room. I have to find time to clean it. I can't find anything now. So anyway, but let's get into what I've been up to. I don't have any crochet to show you. I have been crocheting. It's using very fine thread-like yarn, and yeah, it's not done. Nowhere near done. It's taken me a long time. But I have been knitting. Let's start with so I've been watching Carrie Penny from the Happy Crafty Homemaker, and she's been on this, what do you call it? The Addy, what do you call those? The knitting machines. She has an Addy knitting machine. Well, I have a Centro that I actually bought for my step-grandchildren to use in the summer, and I thought, okay, so she's doing such great things, I'll pull out mine. Always have scraps. What I decided to do is use some scraps that were either, like, you know, 3/4 of a ball or half a ball or even less. And I've been cranking. Actually, I don't have a table set up for the cranking, so our dining table pulls out, so I just pulled it out. I'll show you a picture here of that. And so that the yarn can go feed through to the floor. Everybody keeps saying it's so addictive. I don't find it that addictive. First of all, like I said, I don't have a set table to be able to sit down and do it, so I'm standing the whole time. You know, whatever, you know, you're standing there for 45 minutes and you're like, oh. Secondly, I decided to do tubes of scraps, or, like, you know, half balls or whatever. And what the idea is once you do the tubes, then you attach them. So this is going to be a future show, and you attach them here, and then you build on it and you make a blanket. So I have, I think, 6 tubes made. I think I want to make it wider. So anyway, I've just been using leftover yarns, and the cranking's not that hard. It's, you gotta take the tube, pull it inside out, weave in all those ends, and I'll show you why I'm afraid of those ends now, which will be my next thing to show you. Anyway, it's okay. It's not. It's a faster way of using up my scraps. So I've used quite a few scraps here, see, and playing with color and stuff. So I will put these all together and make a blanket out of it. So far I only have, I think, 4 here, but now I made more. So been cranking that out. Excuse me. It's okay. It's not, I can't see myself getting addicted to that. I like being able to sit down, watch YouTube or TV, and being able to do something by hand. So that's more my thing. The cranking is not, and I can't, even if I put it on my coffee table and sit down and do it, it's a little loud. Yeah, I can't see myself getting addicted, but I will use it in the future for things like this, scrappy blankets. So that. Now, the reason that I'm afraid, what did I do with it? I'm afraid of the weaving in. Let me tell you a story. A few years ago, my mom always buys me crafty stuff for my birthday, and she spends quite a bit of money. So, and she used to buy me one ball of this, one ball of that, and I said to her, this is what I said to her. I said, if you're going to buy me yarn, make sure it's the same one, you know, because she'll usually buy like 10. I said, just make sure it's the same one. Yeah, she bought, I don't even know how many colors. She bought, I think it was 10 hanks of this Cascade Superwash Waves, but everyone was a different color. So she misunderstood what I was saying. So now I have to clarify. Make sure it's the same and the same color. But anyway, I decided I would knit a sweater with it. So I did. I did not use a pattern. I winged this. And I'm going to show you what happened. So I'm going to show you the back because it's nicer. So I winged it. I put all the colors together. I even monitored the sleeves so that they would kind of match. And I was so happy with it. Except for, I guess I made this kind of like a smaller, more fitted one. And anyway, so I was quite happy. I wore it one day. And then I thought, okay, let's see how, and I was very happy with it. How does it wash? So according to this, I can wash and dry in cool water and low setting. I did not dry this. I only washed it. I do not have an agitator in my machine. It's a top loader, but there's no agitator. And it was the only thing in the machine. And I used the magic knot join method. My lazy, my bad. But I've been using the magic knot for a few years. Never had an issue. Never. Until this. I wonder if you can see that. Oh, let me show you. Can you see that? Holes. Holes. There and down here. I was mortified. I literally cried. So now I've been practicing the Russian join, which is a lot more work, but I'm making magic balls, or I guess Russian balls, I don't know what you would call them, but using the Russian join. I don't know what happened. Like I said, I've used the magic knot for so many things, and I've never, and things have been washed and rewashed, never had an issue, and along comes this sweater, and yeah, it's awful. I'm so heartbroken. Anyway, this is 100% superwash wool, and I can't give you the colors. Do they have, they give you color numbers, but anyway, it's a whole bunch of different colors. I am so sad that this happened. Where is it? Yeah, that this happened. So sad. Anyway, I don't know what I'm gonna do. More than likely I will have to pull this all out again. So I have to improve my tying off or changing color the way I've been doing things. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know. It's like it just came apart. So I did finish this, got one day out of it, and then yeah. Anyway, it's gonna have to be reinvented. The yarn is 100% superwash wool. It was pretty soft when I was working with it, but once it washed, oh my god, this thing is butter. It's butter. I loved it, and I loved working with the yarn. But I'm gonna have to figure out something else. So that's a boo-boo, a big boo-boo. But I did finish another one. I finished, I made my daughter a while ago, hold on, a sweater, a cardigan, and she loved it. I made it out of acrylic. I think I've showed it before, and it's the super bulky grandpa. And I wanted to make another one. I actually have another, my son-in-law also wants one, which I haven't even started. But I have a good friend who lives in a different province, and I told her I was going to make her one. And so I went and I made her Now this one's just missing the buttons. I'm waiting for her. I sent her a couple of photos of buttons, and she's just going to choose one, and then I'll put those buttons on. But yes, so this is almost to the pattern. The only difference is because she wasn't here for me to measure her, so I went with, she gave me some measurements, so I went with the pattern according to what the pattern says. But I decided to do the sleeves slightly different. The sleeves, I don't know if you guys can see, the sleeves are garter edge. I decided to do ribbing and make it a little longer, and then just fold it over so that my friend has the option of folding it over to wherever length she wants it. Maybe she wants it a little higher, maybe she wants it a little lower. So that's the only thing. I made an extra long ribbing, and yeah, I'm very pleased with this one. But boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, did I weave in these ends. And I did not do any knots in here. Like, no, whenever I ran out, I actually started a new ball and wove it in. So I'm hoping that when she goes to wash it, it doesn't fall apart. That's the scary part of doing handmade. Now, what did I use for this? Oh, and this was actually quite economical. I used James C. Brett Chunky with Merino. And this is 70% acrylic, 20 siliconized soft polyamide, and 10% merino wool. And it says it's machine washable. But now I'm kind of leery about all of that stuff. Anyway, I bought this at, we have a kind of like a discount store called Lens Mills. So I'm not sure what the retail price is, but this was on sale for, I think I paid $5 a ball. I used 8 balls, so about 40 bucks for a sweater. That's pretty good as far as now, the reason it took me 8 balls is because the pattern, this is a number 4, and the pattern calls for a bulky, so I used 2 strands at the same time. You can't tell, can you? It's a it's coming up really gray, but it's not. It's like a soft taupey color. So 40 bucks, I'm happy. Anyway, I'm gonna put that in the mail next week for my friend. Hopefully she likes it. Worst case scenario, she uses a cleaning sweater, right? Like, wears it when she cleans. It probably, the workmanship is probably not good enough to be like an heirloom thing. But speaking of handmade, I was watching Candy over at Blue Eyed Style, who I absolutely adore. She does crochet, she does knitting, she does, like, she's made leaps and bounds in knitting. She's only been knitting for like a year, and she's just phenomenal, the stuff that she can crank out. I'm in awe. I never miss a video, and if you don't know her, you should check her out. She's fabulous. Where was I going with this? She was talking in a couple of videos ago about how she made a sweater, and somebody approached her, because she also works in a yarn store, and somebody approached her and said, oh, is that homemade? And she was talking, kind of taken aback. And I would love to know your opinion on this. I think when someone says, is this homemade or handmade, I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of the fact that I can make a piece of clothing that's usable, wearable, or anything actually, that a machine didn't make. And I don't want it to look like a machine made, because what's the point? Why am I going to spend all this time? I might as well just go buy a machine made. And I sometimes think, and us yarny people, we get it, but a lot of non-yarny people don't get it. And I sit there and I think, let's compare it to apple pie. You know, if you have homemade, why is homemade apple pie so much better than store-bought? Like, if you presented a homemade apple pie, people oohing and eyeing and wow, it's so great, versus you going and buying a store-bought apple pie. Why are we not applying that same mentality towards handmade items? We should be proud. We should be, you know, and like, even if you go back to the pie thing, a homemade pie is not going to be as uniform. Like, every pie in that store is exactly the same, whereas a homemade pie, not. When we lived in the other house, there used to be a little farmer's market, and they made all their homemade pies. And let me tell you, no two pies were alike, or looking, and there were always always people lined up around the corner to buy homemade pies because they made it like right there. Why is that a good thing, but a homemade or handmade sweater, it doesn't get the same accolades? I don't understand, because to me, I don't know. I prefer something to have a little bit of a wonkiness, to have, you know, to say, hey, I made that. I made that. It cannot be mistaken for a machine made. Anyway, I'm getting off my rant. Anyway, Candy, your stuff is amazing. Don't even think about it. You're just amazing. What else? Oh, let's talk about I'm doing a temperature blanket with Dina from Dina's Homespun Fun. And she's very organized. She has everything printed and everything like perfect. Not so much me. So she also is using a certain yarn I did not want to buy, so I went through my stash and kind of looked at her pictures and tried to come up with similar colors. So this is my thing. And then every week I just write down the highs. It's one row of highs, one row of lows every Wednesday. And so I mark it down, and I'll do like 2 or 3 weeks, write it down, and then I'll sit in one sitting because it's just the granny stitch, so it takes me no time. So I will usually do 2 or 3 weeks at once. And this is it so far. And as you can tell, we have this one color in here. I was really, really warm that day. The rest are all pretty cool weeks, except that one. See that kind of greenish yellow right there? Yeah, that was an anomaly. Anyway, so this is my progress on the temperature blanket. I'm really enjoying this. Like, it's literally, like I said, 2 rows every week. Piece of cake. Easy, easy, easy peasy. I will leave a link for the video where Dina talks about the start of the temperature blanket, and yeah, it's easy. So got that. That was some, I guess, some crochet. Now, what else have I been up to? Oh, I wanted to talk about, I think in my last video I talked about this diamond miner's quilt that I'm working on. That's going to take me years, where I made, you knit these diamonds and then I didn't bring my piece. It's building, it's getting bigger, but you kind of stitch them all together into this puffy blanket or bed cover. So still working on those, and someone mentioned that they would be great to have, or I mentioned that it would be great to have a crocheted version, and many of you suggested this video. Now it has gone out of my head, but I will leave a link to that. And in crochet, but they're square. They're square. And another thing, Billy from the Crafty Floridian, she made a seat cushion out of the square ones. Great. It's a great alternative. But I wanted to see if I could take it one step further. And I made diamond shaped crochet. Now, I've been wanting to do a tutorial, and I might still do one day, but if you've been here long enough, you know I have some health issues, and one of the symptoms of it is my hands, well, my whole body, but my hands in particular just crack and bleed. So I am covered with little tiny, almost like little paper cuts. And so I've tried doing tutorials a couple of times. It just doesn't look right. So I'm going to try to talk you through this. But anyway, these are the idea that I came up with. And so I'm just using these as an example. Oh, come on. Oh, the yarn. So like, these are the diamonds. So the square ones are great, and they're easier. But I thought I'd take it one step further. Now, I'm going to show you what I've been doing. Oh, where's my working piece? So you basically, just like the square one, you start with a chain and then you work around in the back of the chains as well, and you keep building up until you have like a pocket or a pillow that you stuff, and then you seam it. Well, if you do that, which was great, but what I've decided to do is, if you decrease one on one side and increase one on the other side, you start to get a diamond shape. So it'll start to look like, see? So this is my decrease side. Well, I would do two, this is all single crochet. I would do 2 single crochets together here, and then I would add an extra one on this side, and back and forth. And I could just keep going around, decrease, increase, decrease, increase. Now what I've figured out is if you just do it, and you can, and the reason I have these is to show me where to do the increase and decrease. But what I figured out is if you do that, if you put the decrease in the exact same spot every time and you put the increase in the exact same spot, it starts to curl like this. This is what you get. To avoid that, you would come around to your decrease and you would do, let's say, these 2 stitches, right? You would come around and do these 2 stitches. And then next time you come around there, you would do the next 2 stitches. So you're just moving the decrease 1 stitch over, 1 stitch over, 1 stitch back, 1 stitch. So you would do the decrease, and then that straightens this out. You can absolutely do it this way. You'll just have a little bit of a curl. When you stuff it, it's not too noticeable. And then same with the increases. If you increase 1 stitch over and then increase, then you come back around again, you increase in the 2nd stitch, and so on and so forth. It kind of like what you're doing is taking that line, the crochet automatically leans. So what you're doing is bringing the line this way and then back, and this way and back. So I hope that you understand what I'm saying. But even if you do the stitch markers and you decrease and increase in the same stitches or the same area and it curls, when you stuff it, it should not make a difference. Should not make a difference. So hopefully that helps a lot. And like I said, if you just start with the same way, you start with a chain, you single crochet all the way around, don't slip stitch, just keep going around, and then when you get to one end you increase and the other end you decrease, you'll end up with the diamond shape, and you keep going. And what I figured out is, let's say your chain is 10, you probably have to do 8 rows, and then you'll see that it's a diamond shape, like this. It's a diamond shape, and then you just slip stitch closed. You stuff it and you slip stitch it closed. So you get a diamond shape. Like I said, if my hands ever heal well enough that it's not gross looking, I might do a tutorial. But I'm hoping that you understand. If you have a little bit of a knowledge about crochet, you should be able to understand. So that I've been working on. Like I said, I've been working on these, and I've been making the crocheted ones. So that's gonna be another blanket. Long term, right? Also, a while ago, Antoinette at 2 OGs Hookin and Stitchin' Island Style gifted me some Holst Garn. So she gifted this, now this is thin. This is thin. But if you hold it double, what did I do with my swatches? So I held it double, and I made a couple little knit swatches and crochet swatches. And it's not, when you get this, it's not very soft, but it's easy to work with. And then you wash it. You throw it in the washing machine, and it's butter. It is butter. So anyway, she introduced me to Holst Garn. Now this one, what she gave me was Coast. No, yeah, Coast. No, this is Coast, and this is Noble, and this is much softer. The Noble is 95% wool, geelong, and 5% cashmere, and the Coast is 55 lamb's wool and 45 cotton. So I was playing with it, and then put it down, me, scatterbrain, I forgot about it. And then I was watching Jackie at Crochet ADHD, and who's an addiction for me now. If you don't know her, you gotta go check her out. She's hilarious. She does 80s stuff. She has ADHD, which is, no, I don't mean to laugh at her, but she converts that into a hilarious videos. Like, to me, I'm chuckling through the whole thing. So she knows. Anyway, she started using Holst yarn. And so I went and I ordered some. And I ordered, first of all, this. It's a small, I don't even want $6 or $8 Canadian. This is Tides, which is 70% wool and 30% silk. And then I ordered 2 cones, because the reason I ordered 2 cones, and I think there's like over 2,000 yards. This is super soft, so it's straight up wool. I don't believe it's superwash. And it feels rustic, but I've heard so many people, including Jackie, that it washes up well. Maybe she didn't do the super soft. I can't remember, but I did my research. So it's thin. So I ordered 2 cones, even though there's a lot of yardage on one, over 2,000 meters or yards. I ordered it 2 so that I can hold 2 together, which I don't have to like go through half the ball and whatever. So I'm gonna make a sweater out of this. There's a sweater that I have tried. It's a crochet sweater. It's a cardigan. I have tried this sweater, oh my goodness, like 5 times, and it kicks my butt every time. And I can't get past, like, it's a top down, but and it's cabling, but I can't get past the collar, and I'm like, oh, and I have to put it down. And so it's going to be an effort again to try it with this yarn. So hopefully that. But this cost me about $30 each, and I'm only going to use half of each cone because this is a lot of yardage. But I bought 2 because I didn't want to have to unwind. I can hold 2 together. So it's very reasonable. For wool, it's very, very reasonable. So not only did I get that, didn't I say at the beginning of the year that I wasn't going to buy so much? But I blame Jackie because she loved it, and I watched her, and I absolutely had to. So then I wanted to play with some other, so like this one is, I think, Coast. And like I said, it's not overly soft in here, but there is machinery oil in here, and they say once it washes, it blooms. And I'm going to show you. And I did with the swatch from Antoinette. It worked. It bloomed. It's buttery soft. So I got this one, I don't know, lemongrass. And oh, this is super soft in this color. This is 100% wool. I got 2 of these. And each one of these, I think it's $3 or $4 Canadian. It's 287 meters. 287 per. So these 3, I could probably do something really decent with it. Oops, there it goes. And then they had something else I wanted to try, and I'm so surprised by this. This is Holst Garn, 42% alpaca, 42% fine merino wool, and 10% polyamide. I don't remember how much it cost. I mean, I want to say $5 or $6. This is a cloud. It's an absolute cloud. And you get, this color's toffee, and you get 50 grams, you get 125 meters. So I guess they don't have an imperial system. But I wanted to make a hat out of this. Now, I'm not going to, but now I want to go buy a sweater's quantity of this. This is heaven. This is, oh my God, I could sleep on this. I could absolutely sleep on this. I could wear this. I would revel in this, never mind putting it up against my skin. So now I want to get a sweater's quantity of this. So I might not make this into a hat. I might have to save my pennies and get more, because I only got 2 to make a hat. But I might have to buy a sweater's quantity when I accumulate some money. So, back to, so out of this is a sampler pack. I think, I don't even know, $6 or $8 or whatever. And you get samples of the colors. You don't get to choose the colors, or you get to choose the theme, like I think blues or golds or whatever. So I got these, and there's 4 colors in here. I didn't use this one. I tried crocheting with it, but I didn't bring it down. So I used these 3 colors, and all it took was a little bit of this brown to do the ribbing, and then not even a full 1 each of these. I held them together, and I got a hat out of it. And this is the Ross hat. Now, the problem with this, and like I said, I'm new to knitting. This was quite big for me, and it did. And so I washed it and I dried it, put it in the dryer because I wanted it to be a little more felted. It is buttery soft now, so soft. Anyway,
This is a Ross hat, and I don't know what I was thinking. I was making it, and I made it too big, and I thought, oh, I'll just throw it in the washing machine. And it did, but it shrunk. I mean, it shrunk all ways, but it shrunk much more this way than it did this way. So it's still, I have a ponytail, but so it's still kind of big, but I could get away with it. But now it's kind of short this way. But I could wear this, no problem. So that's probably another future. I think. Okay, so exceeds memory. I don't know. I think I'm a little addicted to Holst Garn. I want to order some more stuff. But this is nice and warm, and look at this. That's holding the two colors together. It's beautiful. Just beautiful. So note to self, don't make it so short, because knitting will, or maybe this yarn, or maybe it's the knitting, shrink this way. But anyway, still good. Very, 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 very happy with Holst Garn, and it's reasonably priced for wool. Like, and I'm using wool. So anyway, got that done. What else have I been up to? I haven't had much time in the craft room. I haven't had time to do any sewing, or very little sewing, because like I said, they're sick upstairs. I need to be able to hear them if they're coughing excessively or whatever, right? They're both pretty, I didn't get that sick, but they're both pretty sick. So anyway, I have 4 happy mails. Okay, let's do this one. When I'm doing, so I guess Crystal from Ricola's Crochet Corner watched one of my videos where I was talking about the little diamonds things, and I was using Aberdeen's pickle jar yarns, which is a whole bunch of these minis, right? Look at them. A whole bunch of these minis. And she says to me, I have some, I'm going to send them to you. Oh my God. This whole bag, mind you, this is not the bag that she sent me, but it is full of minis. I'm like, you're crazy. That's too much. And she won't take any money for it or whatever. She says, I'm never going to use it. You can have it. While we're sitting here, I'm going to show you the bag that one of my step-grandchildren sent to me. So they call me Gigi. And they sent me this. Gigi's knitting bag. Should be knit/crochet bag. But anyway, they're little boys. I thought that was so cute. It was my Christmas gift was in this. So I thought it was really, really cute. And I love it. Back to Crystal. So yes, she sent me, I don't even know, I think it's 3 pickle jars, 4 pickle jars. Look at them all. It's going to keep me busy for years. Plus all the ones I already have. Oh my God. This is definitely going to be enough for a king size blanket. So thank you, Crystal. That was amazing. Thank you very, very much. I'm going to have to figure out a way to surprise you in some way. I don't know. Then, do you guys remember a little while ago, there was a Kay in Ontario who sent me some stuff, and I didn't know who it was. Well, she reached out to me, thank goodness, and we've been chatting, and she decided to send me and hire me. So she decided to send, she says she has some extra fabrics, and I'm going to show you what she sent me. Oh my goodness. Okay. So, this is the box. And she sent me, oh my goodness, 3 of these. And Corinne, is it Karina or Corinne? Karina. I gotta remember that. She sent me, these are going to be used for my son's Christmas gifts, because they are Star Wars, and hubby too, Star Wars fiends. These are 1-yard cuts of Star Wars fabric. I wish I had this last year when I made my son the Star Wars hat. But my goodness, these will definitely be gift bags for my sons. I appreciate it, and I'm sure they will too. I got that. She also sent me a bag, a pre-made bag. Knitter's Gonna Knit. And it's a heavy-duty canvas tote. And it's got snaps. I'm going to have to up my bag making skills. Really pretty. And this could be used for like anything. It's really sturdy. So thank you. Then she sent me fabrics. And I was under the impression she's sending me scraps. Well, she didn't say scraps, but that's what I was thinking, because that's what most people send to me, right? But she sent me big yardages of this. And I love bald eagles. We have a few living in the neighborhood. Love them because they're so rare to see. Well, I mean, not Sasquatch rare, but fairly rare. And we have a few living in the neighborhood, so that's going to be amazing. Probably a bag for me, or maybe a pillowcase. There's enough here to make a... I just ordered, not a side tangent, but we're going to be redoing our deck. And so I ordered some furniture for the deck. You're going to need some pillows, right? So this might be good for that. And then she sent me Christmas doggy. I think there's like 2 yards here. Christmas doggy fabric. That's amazing. And then some bunny fabric. This is probably a half a yard. Bunny fabric. I love it. Some green. I think that these will go great with the inside of the Star Wars ones. Puppy dog, and this one's got quite a bit of yardage too. Some candy and a beautiful card. I love birds of any kind. I am a bird fiend. Now, she's also asked me to make her a bag. I guess she's an owl fiend. She likes owls, and she was telling me that she saw this fabric at the fabric store, and she would like me to make a bag out of this, or 2, or whatever I can get. But look at that. Owls, and then wilderness albums, or animals, including owls. And then she, not only that, she sent me the tie for it. She sent me the zippers for it, the thread. Look at zippers, and then extra zippers. Wow. So I got to get started on that. Like I said, I have not had a chance to do a lot of sewing because I snuck away. They're feeling a little better today. Still got to go feed them today. So thank you very much. I'm going to get working on that real soon. And thank you for all this fabric. It's just mind-blowing. Then, Chris in Florida. This woman... Okay, so I had a medical procedure done, and the day before I had the medical procedure, I was a little nervous. You know, whenever they're putting you under, get a little scared, right? This came here just before the medical procedure, so it perked me up to no end, and I had to open it in the car. And literally, it was this, and it was, I used my key, and I slid it open, and it went poof, all out. Now, let's show you what's in here. Chris, you are a crazy woman. First of all, this blew me away. This is from Yarn Snob Yarns, and it's a superwash merino. And it is 200 grams, 400 yards, and it looks like a worsted weight, or maybe a little thicker than worsted. Well, it says worsted weight, but look at this. Is there a color on here? No, it doesn't say a color, but it is gorgeous. I want to make something, and it's buttery soft. So soft. I gotta make something. I'm thinking a cowl, so that. And then in here there's a Lether & Co. company. A Lether & Co. yarn. And this one is 85% superwash merino and 15% Donegal nep. 438 yards, so I think it's a fingering weight. But look at this color. Look at all the little flecks in it. Oh my goodness. Love it. There's more. There's more. So there's also these paint box. Hold on. I had a request for some cotton dishcloths. I don't think I can use these. They're too nice to be used. This cotton DK. And I have 2 in this color, and it looks like a raspberry color. Oh, raspberry pink. Yeah. And then 3. Oh, wait. Is there more in here? I don't think so. Oh, there's a card. I did not see the card. Aww. Okay, I'm going to have to read this later, so I'm not going to read it on air. Anyway. That's another thing. I should have brought it down. I've been making face cloths for my bathrooms, my guest bathrooms, because I don't use a face cloth. I just use my hands and my water. That's it. But a lot of people remove makeup and things, so I don't want to just plain old terry little, I want to make them. So I've been making that. I should have brought some down. So that, and then 3 of the gray, and this color is misty gray. 3 of that. My guests will love these. Okay, but I don't know what to do with this. This has got a silver metallic DK, and there's 3 of them. I don't know if you guys can see the sparkle in that. Can you do that? Can I make a washcloth? That would be so glamorous for my bathroom. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. But it's so soft. You can't feel the metallic in that at all. So that. Wait, there's more. There's more. There's Euro Yarns by Knit Crate. And this is Pima Cotton, DK weight, 275 yards. From Peru. Yeah, DK weight, and there's 2 of them. 2 of them. Look at the colors. I think I've mentioned a couple of times in the last year or almost 2 years, I've been on a green kick. I don't know why. But look at this. And it's butter. It's so soft. So soft. Love that. There's more. Oh, no. There's 3 of them. Oh, my God. This is a top. That's enough for a summer top. Wait. I just started a top, and I'm not liking how it's turning out. Oh, yeah. That's what it's going to be. Okay. Okay. And there's more. And then, I love this stuff. And it is Universal Yarns Cotton Supreme DK Sea Spray. Oh, my goodness. Okay, it's looking really, it's like a raspberry red. I love this. I've used the Cotton Supreme before, and I love it. I knitted a top last year. I used it all summer, and love it, love it, love it. And it washes well. It still has not come apart. It's gone in the washing machine. Anyway, this is 100% cotton butter, 230 yards each. Again, this is enough for a top. I love it. I love it. Love it. And then, it's like she knew. So I've been, next video I'm going to talk about a new yarn that I've been working with, but it's like thread. And so is this. I don't know what this is. It's an easy start. Cotton Kings. Is that Hobby? Yeah, Cotton Kings is Hobby, right? And I don't have the specs on this, but it's thread. And that's what I've been working with. Love it. Look at the colors. So Canadiana. But there's 2. This one. Again, no specs, but this one. This one will have to be for somebody else. Probably my daughter, because it's purple tones, purple and blue. I'm not a big purple person. But this one. Hello. Love it. And it's like she knew that I've started to go down the rabbit hole of using thinner yarns. And there's a method. The reason that I'm using thinner yarns is because you get more yardage. And with the prices of everything, I'm training myself to make things out of thinner yarns because you get more yardage per hank. Therefore, I don't need to buy as many hanks or balls or skeins. It's the cheap me, right? It's the cheapo. Or the frugal me. Yeah, so I still get to crochet or knit, but not spend as much money. Anyway, oh, there's one more thing. There's a bag of stuff in here. And again, I did not open this either because actually the day after this is when I got ill. So, and I haven't opened it. Anyway, in here, oh my goodness, there's stitch markers, there's knitting markers, there's buttons. Look at these. Oh, these are going to go on a sweater for me. Look at that. Look at that. Those are buttons. There's a couple of those. Look at this button. It's ceramic. Oh my goodness. Oh, and there's some soak in here. There's some heart buttons and all kinds of flower. My goodness, there's like stitch markers and light bulb stitch markers. Oh my goodness, there's so many different things in here. What is in here? Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So many Wonderful. This isn't unique. This is a button. There's a few of them in here. And it's got stitching. That's stitching. Like thread running through it. Where'd they knot it? Huh. That's cute. Thank you so much, Chris. Unbelievable. Made my day on the day that I needed it. Even hubby was impressed. He's like, do you know her? I'm like, not really. You know? So he goes, why would she do that for you? I'm like, I don't know. Because our yarning community is wonderful. That's why. Anyway, got all that done. Then lastly, my friend Michelle gifted me some stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm not going to read the card here either, but it's a thank you card. I surprised her with the 12 days of Christmas swap. Well, I just surprised her with 12 gifts. Anyways, a while ago, she sent me this Naco. She sent me a sweaters quantity, but she sent me 2 more. This stuff is soft. I haven't even had a chance to work with it yet, but it is buttery soft. So good. And it's 100% premium acrylic. And you get, how much do you get? 172 meters. Also, it must be European because there's no yards. No imperial on here. It's butter. It is so soft. So I have to find something to do with this. It smells so good. So she sent me that. Oh, that's why. She also knows that I like handmade soap or non-commercial soaps, right? So this is a Guelph soap company. It's all made in Canada. It smells amazing. What is this? Oatmeal, goat milk, and honey. So good. So I like that kind of stuff. Because of my skin, I have to be very careful as to what I put on it. Because it'll just dry me out even more. But there's more. There's more. Oh, it was also in here. So she sent me one of these pop-up bags with little lemons on it. It's like that pleather stuff. And just recently, I'll talk about that later. Somebody was asking me, so I make my little diamond miner's quilt with DPNs. And most DPNs are 8 inches long or 6 to 8 inches long. And so I found at a secondhand store the 4-inch ones, which I fit right in my hand, easy peasy. And then somebody was asking me where I got it, and I said secondhand store. So I was kind of bummed that I couldn't share anything. So I went on Amazon, and they have 5-inch ones. So 5-inch length DPNs, and you get like a set for next. I think I paid like $13, and they have all the different sizes. I don't even know how many sizes. 3, 6, 9, 10 different sizes. And very cheap. So just Google 5-inch DPNs, and I don't know if you can get them in metal, but I like working with wood. So the person that was asking about it, Amazon. Anyway, the day that I got this in the mail, I also got Michelle's, which, by the way, if you don't know her, you should go check her out. She's adorable. I call her the doll because she looks like a doll. Anyway, I put this in there. Perfect fit. So, like the Cosmos, like they're working on me, right? Like they just provide. She also, one of her gifts for the swap was alpaca, and she used that alpaca. I guess I didn't know this, but she's not a fan of alpaca. I guess she gets itchy or whatever. She made me a hat using that yarn. Now it's okay, I have a thing. Yeah, it fits me the way that I like it. So it's a little tight, and it's probably tight for the average head. So not only do I have a small head, I like my stuff tight, like really tight. I don't like anything, you know, loose. So she made me a hat. It does fit me, but I have a ponytail thing going on. Anyway, so now, if I'd known she was going to use that to make me something, I would have got the red alpaca, not the purple one. But I appreciate the effort that she put into making this hat. It's actually, you can do it as a slouchy, which I never do. I'm just going to roll it up and double thickness for my ears. Perfect. Thank you, Michelle. That was so nice. And then she sent me some tea towels. There's always time for friends, wine, and coffee. That's my motto. Yes. Friends, wine, and coffee. Or probably friends, coffee, and wine. Cute. Really, really cute. And then she made me some dish. Well, I don't use these as dish towels or coasters or anything. I use these instead of placemats because I don't like big placemats. So I stack these in the middle of my table, and then when somebody's going to go put something hot, because my table fogs up, when somebody's going to go eat with something hot, they grab one of these, put it. I've trained everyone. Automatic now. People come in, they automatically grab one, put it underneath them. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So, yes. So she made me 2 of these. And then she sent me a little sewing notions kit. And this is felt. Is it felt? Yeah, felt. But it's adorable. Like it's a felt, a little, like a wallet type thing for notions. So it's got a pocket in the front, zipper, and then thing. And inside I've got pins. Who doesn't need more pins? Buttons in red and white, and cable needles for knitting. Perfect. Thank you so much. And I am just spoiled. Spoiled, spoiled, spoiled. Yes, I don't thank you guys enough. The community is absolutely phenomenal to me. Just phenomenal. I don't even know. I'm not even going to continue because I'm going to start crying. And we're not going to go there. I've spent way too much time on this now. They're probably perched upstairs, so I better get out because I can't hear them. So I better go upstairs and see if they're still kicking. Anyway, thank you so much for spending some time with me. And I'm so sorry I talk fast, but I wanted to get everything in. And I'm hoping to come back sooner, not so long. I think it's been a month, but it's been a rough month for me. In many different ways, but we're not going to get into personal stuff. Anyway, thank you so much for stopping by, and we will talk soon.